What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body.
I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. And toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
There's so much history right here. And when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run and I become a fan for life.
Settle for the telecom status quo? Choose a partner that's raising the bar for business connectivity. Visit everstream.net today.
Make WTAM 1100 a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
From Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York City, it is game number 61. Tonight, the Cleveland Guardians and the New York Yankees play for the final time in 2025. Or is it? Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton, Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze, and the birthday boy, Paul Schrager, with us here in the booth in New York City for the rubber match of this three-game series. And a win tonight would give Cleveland its first season series win over the Yankees in 6 years. Cleveland coming in 33-27. They're now in second place, 6 games out, as the Detroit Tigers have already lost today. Meanwhile, the New York Yankees come in with a record of 37-23. Only the Tigers and Mets have a better record in all of baseball. And the Yankees in first in the East with a 5-game lead. But don't look now. The Baltimore Orioles have arisen. Tony Mansolino, the longtime Cleveland Indians minor league coach and manager, now the interim manager for the Baltimore Orioles. And Tony Mansolino has the Orioles on a 6-game win streak. They're not dead yet. And, yeah, they're 12.5 games out, but my goodness, it's only June 5th. And you couldn't pull for a better guy than Tony Mansolino. Well, the umpires tonight, Corey Blazer behind the plate, Alex Tosi at first, Manny Gonzalez at second, Ron Culpa, the crew chief, at third. Boy, it's another beauty of a night here in the Big Apple. Temperatures today were in the mid to upper 80s in Manhattan. Now we're right across the river, just north of Manhattan, as we are in the southern part of the Bronx, the home of Yankee Stadium, this being really the third rendition of Yankee Stadium. The original house that Ruth built was right across the street from this ballpark. Now it's literally a park. It's not Central Park, but it's a very nice playground and park for the kids. Then, of course, that was renovated for a couple of years. The Yankees played at Shea Stadium, and then they moved into this beauty of a building in 2009. Seats 46,500. 4 decks curling around each foul pole with lots of bleacher seats in left and in right. The dimensions, same as the old Yankee Stadium. 318 down the left field line, 399 to left center, 408 to dead center, 385 to right center, 314 down the right field line. The wall varies anywhere from 8 to 8.5 feet high. Max Fried certainly in line to be a Cy Young candidate. Now we've got a long way to go, but he's off to that kind of a start. He will face Cleveland for the second time in his career and the first time since he was with the Atlanta Braves in 2019. So really, you can't go by what Cleveland saw in 2019. Max Fried's a different pitcher, and this is a completely different lineup. In fact, it's the first time Max Fried has ever faced the Cleveland Guardians. Against the Indians, he was 1-0, giving up 2 runs in 6 innings in that start. 6 summers ago. Max Fried, 6'4", 190, 31 years of age. He will feature 3 fastballs, the four-seamer, the sinker, the cutter. He's got a curve, slider, changeup. He has really gone to an extensive usage of the fastball this year. He is throwing his fastball now 42% of the time. Why? The opposition's hitting 160 off his fastball in 2025. Left on left as Stephen Kwan digs in. Batting .312, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. The kick and the pitch. And Kwan takes ball 1. It's high. And we're underway in the Bronx. 86 degrees. And folks, during batting practice, the ball was jetting out of Yankees Stadium. Light breeze blowing out as Kwan takes a strike to even the count. This is one of the great home run hitters parks in baseball, and tonight, 86 degrees, light breeze blowing out. The ball will fly out of here. Now the windup by Fried and the 1-1 pitch. Kwan waves at it, 1-2. Stephen Kwan is batting .368 against New York this year, as Cleveland has gone 3-2 against the Yankees. Now the windup and the 1-2 delivery. And he missed inside with a curveball, 2-2. Max Fried has had one bad start this entire year. And it was last weekend at Dodger Stadium when he couldn't hold a 5-2 lead in the 6th inning. Now the 2-2 delivery. Kwan swings and misses. Struck him out with a power sinker. 96 miles per hour to start tonight's ballgame. That'll bring up Angel Martinez. Switch hitter in center field. Hit a bomb to right last night in inning number 1. First time in this series we have seen Jason Dominguez. He's in left tonight as the pitch is in there. Trent Grisham in center. Cody Bellinger in right. Aaron Judge the DH. Ben Rice at first. The second baseman tonight, Oswald Peraza. Anthony Volpe at short. Jazz Chisholm at third. And the catcher, Austin Wells. Good curveball, swung on and missed. 0-2. Martinez hitting .252, 4 homers, 22 RBIs. Boy, you look at the numbers Max Fried is putting up, and outside of the ballgame against the Dodgers last weekend, he's been sensational. The pitch down in the dirt, 1-2. He had a 5-2 lead going into the 6th inning last weekend in L.A. and ends up losing the game 8-5. His only outing this year where he gave up more than 2 runs. How about that? Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ran it in on him. And he just overmatched Kwan and now Martinez. 2 quick outs here and 2 quick strikeouts. Here's Jose Ramirez batting right-handed. Nobody has hit better in Yankee Stadium since this building opened than the guy at the plate. Jose Ramirez in this ballpark hitting better than anybody in the game, batting .390. He takes inside a ball. And since this park opened, Jose not only batting .390, has an OPS of over 1,100. Now the windup, now the 1-0 pitch. And it's inside 2-0. Boy, one thing Fried is really trying to do is jam the right-handed hitters, and the left-handers got a lot of ways to come in on the righties with that cutter, the slider, the pitch. Curveball stayed on the outside corner, a strike. Jose Ramirez thought it was outside, period. And the count 2-1. Ramirez now with a 30-game on-base streak. The pitch. Swung on a tapper to third, foul. 2-2. He's been on base 30 consecutive games. In that 30-game stretch, batting .390 with an OPS of 1,100. He's something else. He awaits the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs, nobody on, no score in the first. Here it comes. swung on a broken bat blooper towards third, bounces, gloved by Chisholm, but the throw no chance. So a bloop single that fell on the grass in front of the third baseman, Jazz Chisholm, and Jose Ramirez has now safely been on base 31 consecutive games. And here's David Fry, the DH, 1 for 5 since coming off the injured list. David Fry had the Tommy John surgery in November, so he's strictly a DH. At best, he may play first, maybe sometime in September. Now the set and the delivery to Fry, and it's inside. Talking about Tommy John, setback for Shane Bieber. He was supposed to pitch for the Akron Rubber Ducks tomorrow, and he will not make that start. Not sure when he will pitch again because he had soreness after his outing in Arizona. The pitch, and it's a high curve, 2-0. So again, it's not linear as far as your recovery when you're coming back from Tommy John surgery. This does not mean there's anything major wrong with Shane Bieber, but when you're sore like he was this week, you're not taking any chances. Now the set and the toss over to first. Ramirez back with a dive. Ball got away from Rice, goes near the stands, kicks off that wall, and Ramirez gets up, goes to second. Probably a throwing error. Max Fried has picked off 6 runners this year, most in baseball, and that throw just handcuffed Ben Rice, and he is getting charged with the error. I think that might have been a 97-mile-an-hour pickoff throw from Max Fried. Man, that's a tough one to handle for Rice. So now the pitch, up and in, ball 3, 3-0. Ramirez at second, 2 down, first inning, no score. See if Cleveland can make the Yankees pay for a mistake. Max Fried's ready, and the 3-0 pitch. Inside corner strike. Think of Max Fried, 11 starts, and he hadn't given up more than 2 runs until this weekend when he gave up 6 to the Dodgers. He's either given up no runs, 1 run, or 2 runs in 11 of the 12 starts. The 3-1 runner goes, pitch waved at, throw to third in the dirt, dug out, tagged by Chisholm, not in time. Ramirez with his 17th steal. And now the count is full on David Fry. So a runner at third, now with 2 down, no score. And David Fry awaiting the payoff pitch from Max Fried. Here it comes. High with a curveball, and he walked him. So now Carlos Santana, with a 13-game hitting streak, gets to bat. All of this with 2 outs after back-to-back strikeouts. The broken bat bloops. The throwing attempt that handcuffed Ben Rice to move Ramirez to second on a pickoff attempt. He steals third. Now David Fry walks, and Carlos Santana bats right-handed. Runners at the corners, 2 down. No score in the first. And the pitch. And it's swung on, foul tip, threw him a curveball. He's got a good curveball. The only good thing if Cleveland doesn't score is, once again, you've made Fried work. He's made 21 pitches so far in the inning. He comes in with a record of 7-1 and an earned run average of 1.92. My goodness. Now the set in the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Fried in 12 starts, no complete games, but he goes 6 innings a start. Averages 8 strikeouts, 2 walks per 9. He's 3rd in the league in wins. He's 4th in the league in earned run average. 8th in the league in whip, with an whip under 1. The runner goes 1-1, waved at, fake throw to second, and in with a steal is Fry, his first. So the Guardians have swiped a pair and have runners now at second and third with 2 down in the first. No score. And Santana with a 1-2 count. Santana batting .413 in his 13-game hitting streak. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, grounded foul right side. Will do it again. Hey, if Cleveland could have a 4 spot in any of the first 4 innings, then Eddie Walker of North Ridgeville gets 4 Bridgestone tires thanks to Conrad's. You can enter at econrads.com. The Conrads score 4, win 4 new tires. Good luck to Eddie Walker, North Ridgeville. Here's another pitch, and Santana sends one into the seats behind the plate, second deck. And the count remains 1-2. And Max Fried's up to 25 pitches here in the inning. Second and third occupied, 2 down, no score, first inning, the 1-2 offering. Inside, 2-2. Boy, his ball's got some giddy up on it. He does not throw a straight fastball. Just missed inside at 95. Outfield for Santana, not real deep, straight up. Now the 2-2. Swung on, fouled it, and back of the plate came with the off-speed curve. And we'll do it again at 2-2. So, regardless of how it goes, and obviously Cleveland wants to score against Max Fried, you don't get many opportunities, but who knows? Maybe 27 pitches plus will take a toll later. He fires, and it's swung on, popped him up. Playable. The first baseman, Ben Rice, will make the catch. So it's a 28-pitch inning. But Max Fried got out of it unscathed. The Yankees come to bat in a scoreless first inning.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Get this, earn a flat fee. Yep, instead of higher commissions, their only concern is serving you. How about that? Firelands Auto Group, where buying a car feels good again. Visit firelandsautogroup.com.
This is Bill Wills. Tomorrow morning at 6:50, we'll talk Guardians with Terry Pluto. News Radio WTAM 1100.
Well, Slade Ciccone makes his 4th start for Cleveland. 2 were tremendous. The last one he scuffled. He is 25 years of age, 6'4", 230. Slade Ciccone, mid-90s fastball, sinker, cutter, curve, slider, change. Second ever appearance against New York. Worked in relief the other time, giving up a run in 2 2/3. Leading off, Trent Grisham takes the strike. Let's see if Ciccone is sharper tonight. Remember the last time he made a start 8 days after his previous one, pitch outside. Even the county had some groin tightness, so you have 7 days off of rest, which is 3 more than usual. That can really impact your command. Back on a normal routine tonight. He delivers, and he missed up and away with a curveball, and the count 2-1. So Ciccone, in 3 outings with Cleveland, replacing Ben Lively in the rotation, is 1-1 with a 5.28 ERA. 5 innings to start, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks per 9. As he has started against the Reds, Tigers, Angels, and now the Yankees. The set, the pitch. Check swing, strike called. Yankees in their familiar white with the navy blue pinstriping. Cleveland's gone with the all gray road unis the entire series. Navy blue, red trim. Ciccone lets it fly. Grisham swings and misses, strike 3. So a good start. Again, this is a ball club in this park. You've got to go at them and attack. If you pitch defensively, you pitch from behind in the count, you walk people, then you give up a bomb, and then you get beat. Here's Ben Rice, the left-handed hitting first baseman, batting .250, dozen homers, 25 RBIs. The set, the pitch, and it's high. Ball one. Stephen Kwan in left. Angel Martinez patrols center. John Kenzie Noel looming in right. Carlos Santana at first. Will Wilson at second. Gabriel Arias at short. Jose Ramirez at third. Bo Naylor catching. Curveball misses in, 2-0. Austin Hedges got conked on the head last night on a follow-through of a swing by Jazz Chisholm in the ninth inning. They feel he's okay, but just want to make sure before putting him back into the lineup to start. Rice lofts one down the left side foul near the rolled up tarp, and Ramirez can't quite reach in with a backhanded attempt. Boy, you get near that tarp down that left field line, you don't want to tear up your leg. Just couldn't quite get there and reach with the backhand far enough. And it's now on Ben Rice. A 2-1 count. So Austin Hedges in uniform tonight. But again, he's had concussions in the past like a number of catchers have. And I just wanted to make sure that he's good to go. So that's why Bo Naylor's catching again. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swung on a one-hopper. Knocked down by Ramirez. Third baseman throws over for the out. Ramirez was literally playing with the shortstop normally plays, and Rice sculled a one-hopper at him. He knocked it down, kept it in front of him, threw him out, and once again you get to face Aaron Judge with the bases empty. 2 down, no score. Aaron Judge has 2 singles in 6 at-bats this series, no RBIs. 2 out, nobody on, no score, inning number 1. Ciccone lets it fly. And a breaking ball misses in, ball 1. Judge leading the league in hitting at .289. Now third in home runs, 21. RBIs, 50. The set. The next delivery. Oh, a little bit inside on a curveball, and it nicked Aaron Judge. So he's hit by the pitch. Ball looked like it ricocheted off Judge and maybe hit the home plate umpire as well. That's a curveball that just didn't break. And so he is aboard with 2 down, and that'll bring up Cody Bellinger. Bellinger batting .130 over the last 7 games, but manager Stephen Vogt saying in his office tonight he loves watching Cody Bellinger play. He loves his approach. He's not an all-or-nothing guy. The pitch, swing and a miss. He'll take it the other way. 2 down, runner at first. We're in the first. No score from the Bronx on a gorgeous summer night. 86 degrees. And you know Dollar Bank is the proud banking partner of the Guardians. 28 locations in Northeast Ohio, ready to provide solutions to help get you there. Now the 0-1. Waved at 0-2. 96 miles an hour on the heater. Slade Ciccone out of the University of Miami. First round pick by Arizona in 2020. Came to Cleveland in December in the Josh Naylor trade. Now the 0-2. Swung on, popped him up. Shallow left, Kwan in, Arias out. Kwan, the left fielder, will put it away. And a terrific inning for Slade Ciccone. Yankees, Guardians, scoreless after 1. Then
today.
Cleveland's news, talk, and sports on WTAM 1100 and on 106.9 FM.
Well, it was a 28-pitch inning in the first for Max Fried, but no score. Gabriel Arias hits the first pitch up the middle to his left. Volpe gloves from behind second. Nice play throwing across the body to get Arias. That was well done by Anthony Volpe. And Arias had struck out 7 times in this series in 8 at-bats. Hit that ball sharply, but Volpe, going to his left, took a hit away. Here's Bo Naylor. 177 batting mark, 7 homers, 16 RBIs. Left on left, Fried's pitch. Fouled back into the second deck, strike 1. Max Fried, how did the Yankees get him? They didn't draft him. They didn't develop him. They bought him. Now the 0-1 pitch. Inside and low. 1-1. 8-year contract for $218 million. Thing about that, Max Fried gets an 8-year contract, and he's already 31. Now the wind and the 1-1. Swung on, popped up foul out of play, third base side, 1-2. First few years of that contract may be phenomenal, but you wonder how Fried will age. I mean, he pitched 8 years in Atlanta, and he's been really good. This isn't like this is a surprise that he's good this year. The pitch swung on, tapped foul, right side, still a 1-2 count. Well, in 2019 with the Braves, he was 17-6. In both 21 and 22 with the Braves, he went 14-7 each of those years. So he's been a consistent big-time winner. He fires. Naylor lays off. It's high, 2-2. I mean, his career record, if you include this year, 80-37. 80-37 with a career ERA of right around 3. He lets it fly, and the 2-2. Swung on a little flare, left center, but cruising over. Grisham, center fielder, retiring Bo Naylor. 2 down, no score in the second. Here's John Kenzie Noel. Max Fried, the problem for him, every year that he's been in the major leagues, 8, he's been on the injured list. 11 times Max Fried's been on the injured list. Yet he got the 8-year contract. 2 down, nobody on, no score, second inning. The pitch to John Kenzie, and Noel takes inside. Don't let those clogged gutters throw you a curveball. Hit a home run with Leaf Guard's clog-free, maintenance-free gutters. Call 1-800-LEAF GUARD today. Get a free estimate. Never have to get up on a ladder again. The 1-0. And he backdoored him with a curveball. And if you've got a cat and it goes up on the roof, let it stay. 1-1 the count. No need to get on a ladder and take a chance. He got up there, he can get down. That's what the birthday boy advises, Paul Schrager. Now the 1-1. Swing and a foul back. Oh, he got a piece of catcher Austin Wells. 1-2 the count. No score, second inning from the Bronx. I mean, Austin Wells took a direct hit to the face mask. You wonder how these guys don't get a concussion behind the plate every night. Now the 1-2 delivery. Down and away, a changeup. It looked like something off speed away. 2-2. John Kenzie Noel just having a dickens of a time in this role, batting 155. Couple of homers, 9 RBIs. The pitch to him. Outside, full count. Problem is, until this series, Cleveland just hasn't seen left-handed starting pitching. They saw 2 in this series. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled back. The other problem is John Kenzie Noel is only playing against left-handed pitching, and he doesn't hit left-handed pitching. Batting .143 against lefties. Fried into the motion. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Fastball wiped him out. So, better inning for Fried. Only 14 pitches that inning. Picks up his third.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Show. People want it. Tomorrow afternoon at 3.
We will continue giving it to you
on WTAM 1100.
Slade Ciccone faces Jazz Chisholm, hitting 5th tonight, playing third base. No score, bottom of the 2nd. Pitch up and away, ball 1. Paul Goldschmidt and DJ LeMahieu getting a night off. Chisholm, just back after the oblique injury, was out a month. The pitch. And he sends one high in the air, foul, third base side, lower deck. 1-1 the count. Well, the Guardians back in Cleveland tomorrow night to take on Houston at 7:10 at Sugardale Dollar Dogs. Free T-shirts and a huge post-game fireworks show presented by Nestle. You can still get tickets at CLEGuardians.com. Astros right now leaders in the West by a game over Seattle. Now the 1-1 delivery. And it's a touch high changeup. 2-1. Houston's not the juggernaut they once were. No Kyle Tucker. No Alex Bregman. But they're still in first place. Now the 2-1. Beauty. Curveball and a strike. 2-2. Yankees averaging over 42,000 a game. We'll have another big crowd here tonight. Now the 2-2. Way outside, changeup, full count. And if you wonder why people leave games early here, try getting out of here after a game if you stay to its conclusion. Pretty good chance you're going to see the sunrise the next day. Now the payoff delivery. Swung on, sky ball to right, not deep. Wilson out, Noel in. That is going to be caught by Noel. Of course, you're a big Subway guy, but you better know what you're doing. Or, I mean, you could end up in South Carolina if you take the wrong subway.
With our new hotel, no stops, no change of trains. The D train, boom.
Yeah.
That's the key. If I had to change trains, it could be trouble.
Go downstairs, not know the subway system, ask someone for help. See how that goes. Shortstop Anthony Volpe takes it's in there, a strike. They'll help you all right.
They had a nice lady down there from Subway Security who was pointing everyone in the right direction.
Okay, Jersey boy. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Volpe, and it's at the top of the zone, a strike, 0-2. Why weren't you part of Frankie Valli and Jersey Boys?
I've never sang, have I? In front of you. It's not a pretty picture.
Were they near where you grew up?
Maybe 25 minutes or so. Yeah, not too bad.
The 0-2. Swung on, another blooper. This one fair. Now drifts into foul ground, first base side. Caught by Carlos Santana, the first baseman. Volpe fouls out, 2 down. Of course, Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons, Jersey Boys. And one of their good friends growing up was Joe Pesci, who, of course, had a great career in Hollywood as an actor. Here's Jason Dominguez. He hasn't played the first 2 games because of a sore thumb. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Fouling back the fastball. 2 down, nobody on, no score, second inning. Dominguez batting .247, 6 homers, 25 RBIs. How Joe Pesci could play My Cousin Vinny and then play one of the meanest mobsters of all time. The 0-1 swung on, smashed to short, backhanded by Arias. Fires over. Tells you how good an actor Joe Pesci is.
Every time I see grits on the menu, I think of Joe Pesci from that movie.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, you know, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. You know, all the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
You can use at every location for one low price. Learn more at cleanexpresswash.com. Proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
Hi, it's Bill Wills. Be listening tomorrow morning at 7:45. Win tickets to see the Doobie Brothers at Blossom, WTAM 1100.
Third inning, no score. We're here greeting you from the Bronx. Max Fried to the number 9 hitter, Will Wilson. Second baseman takes a breaking ball strike. Wilson starting at second tonight, right-handed bat, hitting .205. Played at North Carolina State with Giants catcher Patrick Bailey. The 0-1. Swing and a foul. Back of the plate, 0-2. This is the Hyundai Grand Slam giveaway inning, and Zoe Douglas from Willoughby is going to win a brand new Hyundai from your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers if Cleveland gets a Grand Slam here in the third. So good luck, Zoe Douglas from Willoughby. Be like Zoe. Sign up at HyundaiGrandSlam.com. Pitch, check, swing, down and away, didn't go. Boy, this guy's got like a high school curveball. And when I say that, I mean it with great respect. He's throwing it in the mid-70s. He's got great action, but for him it's like a changeup. Now the 1-2 pitch, and he went down and away with it again, 2-2. Max Fried was a first-round pick out of high school and the 7th player chosen in the 2012 draft by San Diego. And 2 years later, they mistakenly traded him away. The 2-2. Swing and a dribbler, third base side foul. How in the world you would include the 7th player in the draft? But they did. San Diego made him part of a package to Atlanta for Justin Upton. What a great trade for the Braves. Two-time All-Star in Atlanta. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a heater. Fried has struck out Wilson, 4 in the game. Top of the order, and Stephen Kwan, who struck out his first time up. No score, third inning. Runs have been hard to come by in this series. Yankees winning 3-2. Guardians winning 4-0. In fact, the Yankees in the 2 games here have had 5 hits in each game. Now the pitch, and it's way outside a ball. What's pretty amazing about what Cleveland is doing, being in second place 6 games out of first, they're doing it with very little offense. Now the windup and the 1-0, and it's low 2-0. Cleveland has a run differential of -13. What that means is this year, Cleveland has scored 13 fewer runs than their opponents. Now the pitch, outside, 3-0. For instance, the Yankees have scored 95 more runs than their opponents. Cleveland has scored 13 fewer than their opponents. Tell you the significance after this 3-0 in there. Cleveland is one of 13 teams with a minus run differential. They have the best record of any team with a minus run differential. 11 of the other 13 have losing records. The pitch swung on, drilled toward the gap, left center on the run. Dominguez reaches up, makes the catch. He almost overran it. So Dominguez in left, got to left center, and Kwan lines out 2 down. Normally, if you are minus in the run differential, like Cleveland is, in other words, you've scored 13 fewer than you've allowed, you don't have a winning record. It's almost incomprehensible that Cleveland's 6 games over 500 despite that. Here's Angel Martinez taking in their strike. The Cubs have the best run differential in baseball, plus 100, then the Yankees at plus 95. Now the 0-1 pitch outside, but you look at all the teams with a minus run differential, except for 2 clubs, they're all with losing records. Talking about teams like Baltimore and Chicago, Texas, the Angels, the A's. I mean, you can go on and on and on. So it's pretty remarkable what Cleveland's done, despite the inability to be able to score with what has become now a really strong-looking rotation going forward. No score in this one, 3rd inning. The pitch to Angel Martinez, and he cuts and misses, and the count 1-2. Fried is just pounding the ball in on the hands of the right-handed hitters. He has got such great command, and he's not missing his spots. And, well, this is how in 11 of 12 starts he's given up 2 runs or fewer in 11 of the 12 starts. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chase the breaking ball in the dirt. Wells can't find it. Digs it out. Throws to first. Ending over on the strikeout. Number 5 for Fried. It's the middle of the 3rd from the Bronx. Score.
Marathon Arco Rewards online, through the app, and even at the pump, making signing up easy for every kind of signer-upper. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
Make WTAM 1100 a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
We are scoreless. We go to the bottom of the 3rd here in the Bronx. Slade Ciccone looking good. The number 8 hitters at the plate. This is catcher Austin Wells, scuffling this year, taking outside. Left-handed batter with a 208 mark, 9 homers, 32 RBIs. Ciccone does not use the windup. He sets, he fires, and it's fouled back. Evens the count. Well, we are just north of Manhattan. Busy time in the Big Apple when you get into June. A lot of people obviously go out to the Hamptons on the weekends, but a lot of people are coming to New York to tour the 1-1, waved at 1 and 2. And the most visited urban park in the United States is Central Park. 45 million visitors every year go to Central Park. All of them were there this morning. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Wells, strikeout victim number 2. Out number 1. And here's Oswald Peraza, the right-handed hitting second baseman. Central Park is a myriad of trails and roads and just incredible natural beauty. Pitch inside a ball. Over 18,000 trees in Central Park. It's 2.5 miles from north to south, 2.5 miles, and a half mile east and west. Pitch is in there, a called strike. So kind of put that in your mind when you're thinking of the size. 843 acres may not compute, but north to south, the park is 2.5 miles long, the 1-1 in there. And widthwise, east to west, it's a half mile wide. And I just can't imagine the foresight back in the 1850s to make that park. The 1-2, hit in the air. Deep left center field. Long run Martinez onto the track. Reaches out, makes the catch. Slides into the wall. Laying on his back. Hanging onto the baseball. Helped up by Stephen Kwan. 2 down. Well, there's an example of how the ball is flying. A little man, Peraza, almost hit one out of here to the 399 marker in left center, and a terrific running catch by Angel Martinez for out number 2. The center fielder covered some ground there. Top of the order, Trent Grisham. No score, third inning from the Big Apple. Grisham struck out his first time up. The set, the pitch. And it's high and wide, a curveball that just didn't do anything. Central Park back in the 1850s was simply farmland and marshland. And the people in New York City had enough foresight to make it a park. That pitch backdoored him, called strike on a slider. How in the world is somebody that smart? And now what they developed back in the 1850s is worth upwards to $39 trillion. The pitch swung on, sky ball to center. Routine for Angel Martinez. And this is shaping up as another classic pitcher's duel. Ciccone, Freed, scoreless after 3 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Peter and Company Jewelry.
And you're just too stylish. stylish to have superstitions.
Zero. I can't do it. Too many collared cleats, too many gloves, too many wedding gloves, too many bats.
I do put on my right glove first, then the left, then the thumb guard, then I put on my leg guard, my elbow guard.
Anything you put on first?
Nah, not really.
Nothing?
Nah. I like to say I'm not superstitious, but a little stitious.
Travis and Buck Sexton.
News and politics and who knows.
Noon to 3 tomorrow. WTAM 1100.
No score as we hit the fourth inning here at Yankee Stadium. Max Fried back to work facing Jose Ramirez, who takes strike one on the inside corner. Fried the lefty. So Ramirez batting from that right side where his average considerably higher at .423 coming in. He singled his first time up. Here's the 0-1. Tried to check it, did he? No, it clipped his bat, so that's a strike, and it's 0-2 on Ramirez with David Fry next, and then Carlos Santana for the Guardians. Only one hit in this game. That infield single by Ramirez. That's it. Here's the 0-2. Down low. 1-2 the count. Ramirez now with a 31 game on base streak. One shy now of his career best 32. He did that in the 2018 season. Here comes the 1-2 from Fried. Low and in for a ball. Went with that four-seamer again with some good movement to it. At 93, but missed low and in. And Ramirez laid off. 2-2 the count on him. Here comes the pitch. Way outside and high as he tried to get like a little bit extra break on that curveball, but well, it just stayed outside, and Ramirez has worked the count full. And that's the one thing that the Guardians, this may come into play a little bit later on, but they have made Fried work. We're just getting going in the fourth inning, and he's already at 62 pitches. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with a sinker at 95. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID, Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeart radio station.
Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton back with you at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. David Fry, the batter in this scoreless game, takes a breaking ball strike. Paul Schrager, our on-site engineer, and back at command center, Brian Motze in downtown Cleveland. Guardians looking to win a series here after the shutout victory last night. Fry looks at a pitch low and away. And the count now 1-1. First time they had recorded a shutout since August of 2014 here. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Corey Kluber in the bullpen. They got the job done on that Sunday afternoon that also featured the first major league home run for a kid named Jose Ramirez. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and it's blasted high in the air to deep right. Will it carry? Back is Bellinger. He leaps at the wall. Oh, and he made the catch right in front of the fence. And Fry is retired on a fine catch by Cody Bellinger. Now we'll see if we can get a better look. If Bellinger went up and took a home run away, that wall is 8 feet high and his glove was above the wall. What a catch by Bellinger, and Fry is denied, trying to go the short way here at Yankee Stadium. 2 down. Carlos Santana, the batter, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Yeah, Bellinger had been playing left in the first 2 games of this series. Of course, Aaron Judge had been in right, so he's plenty tall enough to haul one in if it had been him out there. The 0-1 outside and low, 1-1. Santana, he popped to first his first time up. Now both pitchers pitching well. We're seeing some good defensive plays, and here comes the 1-1 from Fried. Breaking ball outside and high. 2-1 the count. Santana working on a 13-game hit streak. Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled up all summer long. Marathon driven together. And we have a break in the action here. Looks like a glove issue for the catcher, Austin Wells, so he gets a brand new catcher's glove. He'll try and get through the remainder of this inning with 2 outs, bases empty. Guardians and Yankees, no score. On another great baseball night here in New York City. 86 degrees at game time. Here's the 2-1 on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2 the count on Santana. Another switch hitter in from the right side. Fried winds it up, the 2-2. Just missed low and away. Went with a changeup that time. Well, he really mixes his pitches well. You can see why he has the record he does coming in with the 7 wins and ERA under 2. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, and there's a tapper to third, slowly hit. Charging Chisholm, gloves, throws, got him on a close play at first. Santana retired, so are the Guardians. They go in order. We head to the bottom of the 4th.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Beer weather station is WTAM 1100.
Guardians and Yankees no score, and Slade Ciccone will go back to work for Cleveland. Bottom of the 4th. Facing Ben Rice, left-handed hitter, first baseman tonight. The pitch to him, and he swings and lines it foul down the right side. Out of play. Time for your Cleveland Clinic caregiver shout out. The good folks at the clinic want to remind you that they are a leader in pulmonary care, and they thank all the caregivers for helping everyone in Northeast Ohio live and breathe a little easier every day. Rice bounced to third his first time up. A dozen home runs though, 25 driven in. Here comes the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Rice with a decent rookie season. He wanted to get stronger in the offseason, and was encouraged to just put on some weight through diet more so than lifting. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's tapped to the second baseman. Nice hop for Will Wilson, who fields and throws on to first for the out. And Slade Ciccone continues to roll. Aaron Judge, the batter, he's been the only base runner tonight. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. This is a nightly occurrence where Guardians starting pitchers lately have been keeping the opposition out of the hit column fairly deep into games. Here's Ciccone's pitch to Judge. Swing and a miss, strike one. Aaron Judge having a remarkable season. Batting average and on base wise. More so than we've seen in the past from him. He's on base almost half the time. Came in at .485 with his on base percentage. And still has the big power numbers at 21 home runs, 50 driven in. Here's the 0-1. Up high, 1-1. I had a chance to visit with Aaron Boone, the Yankees manager, on the warm-up show tonight. He says Judge, he does so much more than just the numbers. He has really been a unifying force in that clubhouse now. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's looped down the right field line. Slicing fair. It trickles into the corner. Judge is on his way to second. Noel digs it out, but Judge is in with a stand-up double. First hit allowed by Ciccone. It's double number 16 for Aaron Judge. And the Yankees, first time tonight, have a base runner in scoring position for Cody Bellinger, who flied to left his first time up. Bellinger, left-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Ciccone, and that's swung on and launched high and deep, right center, gone. That is how quickly it can happen with this Yankees lineup. A double for Judge and a home run for Bellinger, his ninth, and it's 2-0 New York. Now Ciccone, first time tonight, running into some trouble, and the Yankees are on the scoreboard, snapping the scoreless tie. Here comes Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm flied to right his first time up. Now how does Ciccone handle the first tough stretch of the game for him? Here's his pitch, and that's swung on and popped up foul and out of play, third base side. Well, on a warm, humid night, the ball's going to carry anyway, but Bellinger crushed the home run. And the Yankees doing what they do better than any team in the American League, hitting home runs to take a lead. Here's the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Only the Dodgers with more home runs than the Yankees heading into play tonight in the major leagues. Ciccone ready to go. Here's his pitch. Off speed, and it's tapped to third. This is trouble. Ciccone's on it, but he'll just keep it right there. No throw. He simply picks it up, and Chisholm is aboard at first base with about a 45-foot single. So now a base runner with good speed, and Chisholm is at first base with one away for Anthony Volpe, the shortstop for the Yankees. He popped out to the first baseman, Carlos Santana, his first time up. There goes Chisholm. Huge jump, and Volpe leans into one. Skies it to deep left center, but back on it is Kwan, and he makes the catch just as he got to the warning track. Chisholm retreats to first. Well, the second time through the lineup for the Yankee hitters against Slade Ciccone, a lot different than the first time around. Now Jason Dominguez will step in. Dominguez bounced to short his first time up. 2-0 New York on the Bellinger home run. Chisholm at first. And the pitch is on the inside corner of the knees, strike one. Jazz Chisholm a year ago had 40 steals between the Marlins and then the Yankees. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, popped up foul, third base side, out of play, upper deck. And it's 0-2 on Dominguez. Young outfielder. One of several younger players who have taken a nice step forward this season for New York. Ciccone trying to work out of it without further damage. Here's his pitch. Up high for a ball. Hard stuff at 96, but missed upstairs, and it's now 1-2 on Dominguez. Chisholm steps off the lead over at first base. Quick throw over, and he's back safely. Mentioned the 40 steals for Jazz Chisholm a year ago. Also 24 home runs. And only 4 players in the major leagues had at least 20 homers and 40 steals. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, popped it up, foul, out of play. Third base side again. And one of the others in the ballpark tonight, Jose Ramirez. But Jose and Jazz Chisholm joining Ellie De La Cruz and, of course, Shohei Ohtani in that club for steals and home runs. Here's the 1-2. Just missed outside. Tried to slip the fastball by on the outside corner. Maybe a little bit high. And it's now 2-2 on Dominguez. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the side is retired. But the Yankees break through with the 2-run home run from Cody Bellinger, and it is 2-0 New York as we head to the 5th.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
Hi, it's Bill Wills back with you in the morning news, sports, traffic, and weather together on the 10s, WTAM 1100.
Guardians trailing 2-0 as Max Fried works with a lead for the first time tonight. Gabriel Arias will step to the plate, bounce to short his first time up. Fried into the wind. Here's his pitch. And it's outside for ball one. A little trouble for Fried in the first inning as he had a couple of men aboard but worked out of it. Guardians drove up its pitch count then, but he has been much smoother since as he fires a strike on the inside corner to Arias to even the count at 1-1. Now the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Count moves to 1-2 on Arias, who has slowed considerably at the plate. Last night was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. 3 for his last 19 at the plate. Here's the 1-2 from Fried. Outside and low. 2-2. 2 runs, 3 hits for New York. They've committed an error. No runs, just 1 hit for the Guardians as they try and break through against one of the game's best through the first 2 months of the season. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, foul back into the net. And we'll do it again on 2-2 to Gabriel Arias. And Tom mentioning earlier, Fried, a free agent acquisition, and man, did that prove to be worthwhile for New York after the injury to Garrett Cole that required Tommy John surgery. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, foul back and out of play. Right behind home plate. We'll do it again on 2-2. Good at-bat here by Arias. And again, at times tonight, the Guardians hitters have made Fried work, so there's that. Just haven't had much in the way of results so far. Bo Naylor is next, and then John Kenzie Noel in this top half of the 5th inning. 2-0 Yankees in front here in New York. The 2-2 pitch. Down low, ball 3. Fried, another product of Harvard Westlake High School in Southern California. Teammates with Lucas Giolito his senior year. Here's the 3-2. Swung on. There's a tapper out in front of home plate toward the mound. Picked up by Fried. Throws. Got him at first. Nice play by Max Fried, fielding his position well, and Arias is retired. So 1 down. Trust Legacy Roofing to be there fast for every roofing need. Watertight or Legacy makes it right means Legacy Roofing stands by its work every time. Call 855-GOT-ROOF or visit legacyroofing.com. Here's Bo Naylor. The pitch to him. Breaking ball inside corner for a strike. Naylor lined to center his first time up. Guardians trailing 2-0 here in the 5th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, popped him up, foul. That's out of play. Third base side. Mentioned Fried, senior year at Harvard Westlake High School in the Los Angeles area. His first 3 years he went to Montclair College Prep School in Van Nuys, California. And after his junior year they dropped all of their sports programs, so he needed to find a place to pitch. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2. And of course Harvard Westlake with a great reputation. Ethan Katz, the White Sox pitching coach, had been a coach there as well, so that's where he went, and then was drafted the following year out of high school. Here's the 1-2. Down low. 2-2 the count. That's why for him, he really looking forward to going back, as he had done with the Braves many times, and pitching at Dodger Stadium. That's where his last start came, and the only start really this season where he has struggled was his last time out. And he has come back and been sharp here tonight. Here comes his 2-2 pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. He goes with that four-seamer, but it has great movement. And against a left-handed hitter like Naylor, it darts low and outside at 96 miles an hour. Bo did well to lay off of that one. Now the payoff pitch to Naylor. Down low and outside, ball 4. Naylor is a one-out base runner. Second walk allowed by Fried. Snaps a string of 11 in a row retired by Fried. And it brings up JUN Noel, certainly with the power to tie it with one swing, but he has really been struggling to make that good solid contact with the infrequent playing time. Throw to first, diving back in is Naylor. And again, Fried with 6 pickoffs already this season, so he kind of hesitates at the top of his leg kick, and it's really hard for the base runner to pick up over there at first base where he's going. The pitch to Noel in tight for ball 1. JUN just able to get out of the way. That was close. 1-0 the count. Here's Fried's pitch. In tight again. 2-0. Well, final game of the series here. Guardians back home tomorrow night. They'll take on the Astros with a 7:10 first pitch. 3 against Houston, and then the Reds come to town starting Monday. Here's the 2-0. Waved at and missed. 2-1 the count. The big rip by Noel, but no contact. Well, it hasn't been easy in terms of results for the Guardians, but Fried is now at 90 pitches here in the 5th inning. So his time in this game starting to run low. And the 2-1 outside and high, 3-1. You know the Guardians hitters, they will take their chances against the Yankees bullpen, which is a solid pen, but they've probably had enough of this guy, Max Fried, who's been solid again. Just 1 hit allowed so far. Now the catcher Wells goes out to the mound. He's going to have a chat with Fried. The new Toyota Corolla Cross is ready for the road ahead with outstanding fuel efficiency. Available all-wheel drive and connectivity for all of your devices. For all Toyota offers, go to Toyota.com. Mentioned that 7:10 first pitch tomorrow night. Post-game fireworks. Free T-shirt Friday. And a Sugardale Dollar Dog Night tomorrow night. And then a 4:10 first pitch on Saturday. 1:40 on Sunday. And don't forget Saturday, the Emmanuel Clase A jersey giveaway day. So a fun start to the homestand this weekend against the Astros. All right, Wells back behind home plate, ready to go. 3-1 the count. Fried sets. Here's his pitch. Swung on, fouled back into the screen. 3-2 the count on JUN Noel, with the Guardians trailing 2-0. And Bo Naylor at first base with 1 down here in the 5th. A payoff pitch from Max Fried. Swung on, ground ball to the third baseman. Chisholm to the bag for 1 at second. On to first, double play. Side retired. We got to the bottom of the 5th. It's still the Yankees 2, the Guardians.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
WT is WTAM 1100.
Balloting for the Major League All-Star Game is underway. Visit MLB.com/vote to cast your ballot for the 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star Game coming up in Atlanta this year. Austin Wells leading things off against Slade Ciccone in a 2-0 ball game. The Guardians trailing. Ciccone allowing a 2-run home run to Cody Bellinger last inning. Wells drills one to right, coming on Noel, and he short hops it. It's a base hit, and Noel did well to make a play on that ball without letting it get by him, as that was a screamer off the bat of Austin Wells on a leadoff single for the Yankees catcher here in the 5th. Get you the injury report this half inning, presented by Elk & Elk. If an auto accident or medical malpractice caused you injury, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Oswald Peraza the batter, and he takes strike one on the inside corner. He flied to deep center his first time up. A really nice catch was made by Angel Martinez, drifting over to the left of center to make the grab just as he got to the warning track. Here's the 0-1. Swung on. That's drilled to shallow center. That falls in for a base hit. Moving up to second as Wells, but it's back-to-back singles for the Yankees. And just like that, after no hits through 3 1/3, New York now has 5 hits here in the last 2 innings. And they are working on it with the top of the lineup now, and Trent Grisham stepping in. 2 on, nobody out. Grisham is 0 for 2. He has struck out, flied to center. The pitch to him is outside and low for ball 1. Now at the top of that injury report, Shane Bieber scheduled to throw on a rehab assignment for AA Akron tomorrow night, has been scratched. Some soreness coming out of his bullpen earlier this week. The 1-0 swung on, foul back, and it counts 1-1. So he will not pitch for Akron tomorrow night. They're going to take a look at things and see if it's just a temporary setback for him, which can happen on the way back from Tommy John surgery. 1-1 the count on Trent Grisham. Quick throw to second, diving back in as Wells. Ben Lively, Tommy John surgery earlier this week, so now the 12 to 18 month rehab for him begins. Still waiting to hear news on Will Brennan, who is getting a second opinion on his forearm issue. Here's the 1-1. In tight. And the count 2-1. Lane Thomas on the injured list with plantar fasciitis. On the other side for the Yankees, are hopeful that it won't be too long for Luis Gil to get back from a lat strain. Here's the 2-1. Off speed, upstairs. 3-1 the count. Ciccone trying to battle through these middle innings here, allowing the 2 runs last inning, and in trouble here in the 5th. Here's his pitch. There's a strike right in there. And the count's now 3-2. Grisham, the other guy acquired from the Padres, along with Juan Soto prior to last season, and has done a nice job in center field this year for New York. Here's the 3-2. Down low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded on the first walk in the game for Slade Ciccone. And here comes Carl Willis, the Guardians pitching coach, to have a chat as things can get out of hand quickly here at Yankee Stadium, and they're at a point in the lineup where it is awfully dangerous. Ben Rice coming to the plate. Aaron Judge will be on deck. Now the Reds are in town. 3-game series starting Monday night, and for a limited time you can get select tickets for as low as $14. The offer available only until Saturday at midnight at CLEGuardians.com. Well, Ciccone has his work cut out for him, and we see some rustling around in the Guardians bullpen, but no one throwing in earnest just yet, but that'll change quickly here as the Guardians are trying to stay in this one, trailing 2-0. But here comes Rice, who's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. But a dozen home runs on the season for this left-handed hitter out of Dartmouth. Ciccone lets it fly. Swing and a miss. Good slider that time. 0-1 the count on Rice. Rice has one of the 5 grand slams by the Yankees this season. Up there now with the bases loaded. The 0-1 swung on, and he chops it to the second baseman. Wilson comes home with it for 1. Naylor to first. Double play. How about that? A 4-2-3 double play on a chopper to the second baseman Wilson with the infield in. And they were able to get 2, so now it's second and third with 2 down. And they're going to walk Aaron Judge with first base open, and they'll take their chances with Cody Bellinger, who homered his last time up last inning. So the bases are reloaded. It's still a 2-0 game. Guardians trailing. Ciccone somehow trying to wiggle out of this mess. Bases loaded, nobody out. Now it's bases loaded, 2 outs. No runs in. Here's the pitch from Ciccone. In there for a strike. Bellinger with one of those grand slams for the Yankees this year. The 0-1 from Ciccone. Swung on, blasted foul off to the third base side, and out of play. Oswald Peraza, the base runner, down at third base. Grisham at second, Judge at first. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled back. Bellinger, really nice work there to stay alive. Jacob Junis throwing in the Guardians' pen. This one in the hands of Slade Ciccone right now, with the Guardians trailing by 2. 2 outs, bases loaded for New York. Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped foul again, as again Bellinger staying alive, fighting off a nasty breaking pitch low and in. Outfield shading him to pull just slightly. Pretty big gap in the alley in left center. Here comes Ciccone's 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop by Naylor. Kept it in front of him. And it's 1-2 on Bellinger. The former Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player while he was with the Dodgers. Short stint with the Cubs. Now here he is in New York. Here's the 1-2. Up high. 2-2. Ciccone trying to get him to chase, but that one just too high. No chance at Bellinger chasing that one. Two and 2 the count on Bellinger. Here's Ciccone's pitch. Swung on, lined foul, right side, out of play. And we'll do it again on 2-2. As Bellinger really making Ciccone work, and this will be pitch number 7 coming up in the at-bat. Excuse me, pitch number 8 for Ciccone to Bellinger. 2-2 the count. Here it is. Breaking ball, missed low and in, and the count is full with no place to put him. Three and two the count on Bellinger with the bases loaded and 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Yankees. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and drilled to dead center. Back on it is Martinez. He makes the catch shy of the warning track, and somehow Ciccone works out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam with no damage. 2-0 New York as we head to the 6th.
Yogi T knows that sometimes finding a moment for yourself isn't.
Through the 11th. Get select tickets for as low as $14, including all fees. This limited time offer won't last long. Grab your seats now at CLEGuardians.com.
The Bloom Daddy Show.
Played out in and around Cleveland.
Tomorrow afternoon starting at 3 on WTAM 1100.
It's a 2-0 Yankee lead, 6th inning. Number 9 hitter Will Wilson swings over the top of a curveball, strike 1. Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton back with you on this beautiful summer-like night in the Bronx. 86 degrees. The kick and the pitch, and it's a backdoor curve. Stayed on the porch, 1-1. Light breeze blowing out. The ball is jumping here at Yankee Stadium, but the pitching has been tremendous. Cody Bellinger, a 2-run homer to right center, the only runs tonight. The pitch, and it's in there. 1-2 the count on Wilson. Struck out his only time up. Max Fried, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. 13th start of the year. 12th start of the year where he's given up 2 runs or fewer. The pitch got him swinging. Will Wilson, 7 strikeout victim. I wonder how long Brian Rocchio is going to be in Columbus. He is starting to hit the ball much better. They've also been playing Brian Rocchio in Columbus at various spots, not just short. Cleveland's got its shortstop right now. It's Gabriel Arias. Top of the order, Stephen Kwan takes way outside, ball 1. Kwan has struck out, lined out. The kick, the delivery. Kwan takes, it's in there. Rocchio playing short tonight. He's 1 for 3, but he's batting .277. 915 OPS. Would never be a surprise to see him back up here at some point. The 1-1. Swung on a chopper to short. Charged by Volpe. Gloves, sets, throws. Got him. 2 down. Well, Cleveland has had 1 hit tonight off Max Fried, and that was a cheapie. Fried should be throwing a no-hitter. The only base hit for Cleveland came in the 1st inning when Jose Ramirez got jammed, hit a little blooper in the air that fell on the grass in front of the third baseman, Jazz Chisholm. Nothing Chisholm could do. And that's the hit that Cleveland has off Fried. The pitch, and it's in there, called strike to Angel Martinez. Another good-looking curveball. This will be Fried's last inning. He's now at 101 pitches. He lets it rip, and it's in there, strike two. Cleveland really hasn't hit a ball hard for the most part. David Fry hit one to deep right in the fourth that Cody Bellinger made a nice jumping catch at the wall. Now the windup by Fried and the 0-2 pitch. Swung and grounded to third. Routine for Chisholm. Throws over, inning over. Middle of the sixth, 2-0 New York.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while...
You're striving to be seen as a breakout player in 2025, Pisces. But to stay consistent throughout the season, you also have to give yourself a chance to rest. Getting a good dose of recovery time should be an essential part of your routine on your off days at home. This will keep you on a path to elevating your status within the league.
Jacob Junis is coming on. I wonder if Slade Ciccone is okay, or if manager Stephen Vogt thought that a bases loaded, nobody out situation in the fifth inning, and then Ciccone pitching out of it without giving up any runs was maybe a good time to get him out. Jazz Chisholm takes a backdoor slider strike. Also, Ciccone, remember, had some tightness in the groin that pushed back his start his last time out. Junis missing outside, 1-1 the count. Whatever the case is, Slade Ciccone gave Cleveland a good start. Backdoor breaking ball stayed wide, 2-1. Ciccone only made 73 pitches. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, struck out 3, walked 2, hit a batter. The pitch swung and grounded up the middle, base hit. It'll trickle into right center. Chisholm 2 for 3. Well, Jacob Junis, sinker slider guy, and he's been getting hit lately. 4.39 ERA in 24 appearances. Two-run homer to right center in the fourth by Cody Bellinger, your game. Although the Yankees had bases loaded, nobody out in the fifth inning and did not score. Here's Anthony Volpe, 0 for 2. The set, the throw over, and back with a dive at first is Chisholm, a good base stealer. He has 6. He's only been caught once. Mark Leiter Jr. warming in the Yankee pen. He's a right-hander.
2 runs, both are 2 walks.
Yankees do not have Luke Weaver on the injured list with a hamstring problem. The pitch swung on, hit in the air, routine to right. John Kenzie Noel barely has to move. Now, it depends on who you want to talk to. Yankees say, oh, Luke Weaver shouldn't be out too long with a hamstring. Then other people like Jeff Passan, the outstanding baseball writer for ESPN, saw a story the other day where Jeff said 4 to 6 weeks for Luke Weaver. That would be a huge loss for that amount of time for the Yankee closer. Here's Jason Dominguez batting left-handed, switch hitter, 0 for 2. And the pitch to him sinks low, ball 1. Well, the Guardians are proud to partner with Cleveland Cliffs. That's America's iron and steel leader. You can learn more by visiting cliffsteel.com. The pitch swung on, banged foul, first base side. And the count 1-1 on Dominguez. He's been the top prospect in the Yankee system for a while, but he hasn't exactly lit it up. But a nice looking player. He cuts and misses. Good changeup away, 1-2. Dominguez out of the Dominican Republic. He is only 22 years of age. Thing is, when you're a Yankee prospect or a Dodger prospect, sometimes you're overinflated, or sometimes people are like, well, aren't you supposed to be the best player ever? And a lot is expected, but he's 22 years of age, so you have to be patient with Dominguez. Now the 1-2 from Junis. Runner goes, pitches low. Throw by Naylor is not in time, skips into center. Getting up Chisholm, he hurdles the fielder and goes to third, beats the throw by Martinez. That'll be a steal and a throwing error by Naylor. And that's what Chisholm brings, an athletic component that the Yankees haven't had a lot of. They're big boppers, as we know, but he brings a different dimension to this club. And now, in a 2-0 ball game, he's at third, 1 down, infield in, 2-2 count on Dominguez. Junis from the set, hands belt high, checks third, comes to the plate, and it dipped low, full count. The next pitch, got him swinging. Boy, I'll tell you what, Cleveland pitching the last 2 innings, they're walking on thin ice, but they're staying close to the shoreline, and so far they haven't plunged. Bases loaded, nobody out last inning. Yankees didn't score. Runner at third, 1 out this inning. Now runner at third, 2 down. Infield drops back. Here's catcher Austin Wells, 1 for 2. Sends one in the air to left. And Junis will get out of it. Kwan doesn't move, makes the catch. Cleveland very much in this game after 6. New York 2, Cleveland nothing. This is the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
Make WTAM 1100 a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
Well, Max Fried is good as advertised, and he shuts out Cleveland tonight on one little cheap infield hit in the first inning. Wow, was he good. 6 shutout innings, 1 hit ball, struck out 7, walked 2, made 103 pitches. Max Fried now has a 178 earned run average on the year. He's made 13 starts, 12 of them where he's given up no runs, 1 run, or 2 runs. Jose Ramirez batting left-handed. The right-hander, Mark Leiter, misses wide, ball 1. Second appearance in the series for Leiter, 29th on the year. 3 wins, 2 saves, ERA 3.55. He throws a ton of splits and a lot of sinkers. The 1-0. Outside, missed with it, 2-0. Leiter came from the Cubs last July, 6th Major League season. From the set, first base side of the rubber, lets it fly. Inside, 3-0. Jose Ramirez with that little bloop hit on the infield and a strikeout. Gives Jose a 31 consecutive game streak of being on base. The 3-0 bullseye, 3-1. Leiter did not pitch for 3 years. 2019, 2020, 2021, recovering from Tommy John surgery. Now the 3-1. Senior. He pitched 11 years in the bigs. His cousin Jack Leiter now in the Texas Rangers rotation. His uncle Al Leiter, 19 years in the big leagues. Now the payoff pitch. Curveball and a little bloop job into shallow right. It's going to drop, base hit. Cleveland's got 2 bloop singles. They both belong to Jose Ramirez. Mark Leiter Jr.'s uncle Al faced off against Jared Wright in that classic Game 7 of the 1997 World Series in Fort Lauderdale. David Fry will bat against the right-hander. 3 left-handed bats on the bench, but manager Stephen Vogt sticks with the right-handed hitting David Fry, the DH, has walked and almost hit one out of here to right. The throw over to first, back with the dive is Ramirez. Ramirez swiped his 17th base back in the first inning. That's the only inning Cleveland has had a runner in scoring position, the first. 2-0 Yankees here in the 7th. Now the pitch. Fry takes a strike, fastball inside corner. Now the 0-1. And he dropped one in there. Curveball strike, 0-2. Well, the Minnesota Twins, they got some devastating news. They have lost their ace. Pablo Lopez is going to be out 8 to 12 weeks. Now they set the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Chased one down and away. He had no chance at that curveball. Fry out number 1. That teres muscle injury for the right-handed Pablo Lopez, and the Twins have lost a big part of their rotation for 8 to 12 weeks. And then the Twins went out and got pulverized today by the A's, 14-3. There's Carlos Santana batting left-handed. He takes a swing, chops one right through the vacated third base side of the infield into left. Infield was pulled to the right. Santana just punched one to the left. Ramirez stops at second. Second time tonight Cleveland's had a runner in scoring position. Ramirez and Santana. What else is new? They're carrying this offense. A couple of singles here in the 7th. 2 on, 1 out. Cleveland down 2-0, and Gabriel Arias, the batter, 0 for 3. Get you a station ID here in a moment. And we're going to have a mound visit, so let's do that station ID right now.
This is Bill Wills. Tomorrow morning at 6:50, we'll talk Guardians with Terry Pluto. News Radio WTAM 1100.
Tom Hamilton with you, along with Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze, and Paul Schrager. 86 degrees in the Bronx. 2-0 Yankees, 7th inning. Pitching coach Matt Blake back to the first base dugout. Carlos Santana now with a 14-game hitting streak. That equals his career best. He did it in the World Series season of 2016. He's at first. Jose Ramirez, who's been on base 31 consecutive games, is at second. Gabriel Arias at the plate, 2 groundouts. The set and delivery from Leiter. And it's swung on, rolled into the hole at short. Volpe has it, throw to third, off mark, off the glove of Chisholm. Goes into foul ground, everybody's safe. Volpe sliding to third, into the hole, gloved it, threw off balance to third. It was wide to the glove side of Chisholm. He couldn't corral it, and everybody is safe. And the bases are now loaded, and Aaron Boone will make a pitching change. And Cleveland, with 1 down, has loaded the bases in the 7th, trailing 2-0. We'll be right back.
Guardians fans, get ready for an unforgettable experience with our new travel program, Guardians Takeovers. We're hosting 2 epic trips to cheer on your team in incredible locations. Fenway Park in Boston and spring training in Arizona. Each trip includes flights, hotels.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Aboard on what is ruled a fielder's choice, and then a throwing error by Volpe, enabling Ramirez to be safe at third, Santana at second, Arias at first. The only right-handed bat on the lineup, or on the bench tonight, not in the lineup, is catcher Austin Hedges. But Bo Naylor will bat left on left. Tim Hill, he is tough against lefties, sidewinding. His delivery is swung on and foul to the right, strike 1. Second appearance in the series for Hill, 28th on the year, 3-1 with an ERA of 3.12. He throws upper 80s to maybe 90. Sinkers, sliders. Infield back, the pitch. Inside, almost grazed the jersey. So Cleveland trails 2-0. Bases loaded. 1 down, 7th inning. Outfield not deep, a bit toward left. The pitch swung on, pulled foul into the Yankee first base dugout. A 1-2 count. Hill does not get many strikeouts. He's only struck out 15 in 26 innings. Most guys out of any bullpen now strike out at least a batter an inning. Not Hill. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out as he chased the slider outside, and now the bases are loaded, 2 down. Hill striking out Bo Naylor. And it's up to Jhonkensy Noel. Oh my, would this be a time to bust out of it? Jhonkensy Noel has struck out, hit into a double play. The set, the pitch, outside corner strike. This is a good matchup though for Noel. Hill doesn't throw hard, he throws sinkers. Noel a good low ball hitter. Let's see what happens. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, but you've got to strike, throw it, or swing at a strike for crying out loud. That ball's 6 inches outside. 0-2. Bases loaded. 2 down. An 0-2 count on Jhonkensy Noel. He steps out. He knows he chased a bad pitch. He's got to hone in now. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled it off right side. And again, for Jhonkensy Noel, you cannot try to pull Tim Hill. Granted, if he comes middle in, fine. But if he tries to stay away, he can hit that ball into the short porch and right. The pitch fouled upstairs. Jhonkensy, 2 pretty good swings at the last 2 pitches. Bases loaded. 2 down. 7th inning. Cleveland trailing the Yanks 2-0. Might be their only chance to score in this game right here in the 7th. Hill goes to the Rosenbag. Now he's ready. Here it comes. Swung on, skied in the air, shallow right. In is Bellinger, and Cleveland lets another opportunity get away. Stretch time in the Bronx. New York 2, Cleveland nothing on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Hey, God.
Of work for Jacob Junis. Remember, Kate Smith is out with a stiff neck. So Cleveland a little thin in that bullpen. And with the Yankees up 2-0, Junis gets a 2nd inning of work after a strong outing by Slade Ciccone. Saturday afternoon at 4:10, it's the Emmanuel Clase jersey giveaway thanks to Marathon. Get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com. The 2-run homer to right center in the 4th by Cody Bellinger. That's your game. Boy, both clubs have had opportunities, and both clubs haven't capitalized. Been a good series. And you don't come to the Bronx, especially this time of the year, 86 degrees, and get games like we have had. 3-2, 4-0, 2-0. Especially when you think of the Yankee lineup. Look, Cleveland is extremely offensively challenged. Not the Yankees. They're the best offense in the league in just about any category that matters. So it gives you an idea of just how darn well Cleveland has pitched. I mean, Cleveland has come in to this ballpark and held the New York Yankees to 5 runs in 3 games. The Yankees average 5.5 runs a game and have scored a total of 5 this whole series. So you can't pitch any better than Cleveland's pitched, but Cleveland needs some bats. Number 9 hitter, Oswald Peraza at the plate, 1 for 2, a single. Junis delivering a strike. Everstream is Cleveland's business only fiber network. Reliable connectivity. The pitch and a bunt, but pulling it back and not bunting is Peraza. Everstream, faster fiber, better business. Junis works quickly out of the windup. Here it comes. And it's ripped to left, base hit. Top of the order now, Trent Grisham on the single by Peraza. His 2nd hit of the night. So the Yankees have now out-hit Cleveland 7-3. Cleveland really hasn't hit a ball hard tonight. The 3 hits, 2 bloops, and a little weak chopper the other way. Kobe Allard warming in the Cleveland pen, so it gives you an idea. The pitch, swung on Tapper, right out in front of the plate, grabbed by Naylor, throws to second, 1 relay by Arias, almost doubled him up. That's how good the arm is of Arias. So Bo Naylor, the catcher, gets Peraza, the lead runner, at second. Arias almost doubled up Grisham. The shortstop, with as good a throwing arm as there is in the game, made it closer than you would ever think possible. Here's Ben Rice, 0 for 3.
41,665.
The set by Junis, and the pitch to the young left-handed first baseman is outside. 41,665 here in the Bronx. Again, that's paid attendance. We don't have anywhere near that many in the park. But Yankees got their money. The pitch in there called strike on a slider. 2-0 Yankees in the 7th. Runner at first, Grisham with 1 down. In front of him, a little off the bag is Santana. The pitch, just a whisker outside. Ball 2, 2-1. You're seeing Jacob Junis throw some more changeups now to the left-handed hitters, and that's been effective. The pitch, swung on, yanked to right, line drive, fairly deep. Noel near the wall made the catch. That's a routine line drive out in any park except here. And it took Noel close to the wall and right. 2 down. Here's Aaron Judge. Boy, Cleveland trying to get out of town with Aaron Judge not really being much of a factor. A double and a run scored tonight. Hasn't knocked in a run this series. And for a change, Cleveland has kept him in the ballpark. 2-0 Yanks. The pitch missed inside, ball 1. Aaron Judge. Hard to believe he's now 33. He takes a little wide, 2-0. 2-time most valuable player in the American League. Former Rookie of the Year. Now the set. Now the 2-0. Down low, ball 3, 3-0. Runner at first, 2 down, and now Cleveland will put Judge on. Well, Cody Bellinger could make you pay. As Stephen Vogt's going to go left on left, Kobe Allard will come on to face Cody Bellinger with 2 out, 2 on. And it's 2-0 New York here in the 7th. We'll be back.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that?
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Runners at first and second, 2 down. We're in the 7th. New York on top, 2-0. Second appearance in the series for Allard. His 10th appearance of the year. 2-0 with a 1.90 ERA. He's done a heck of a job. Another guy that doesn't throw hard, but boy does he pound the strike zone with the fastball, sinker, cutter, curve, and change. Bellinger, the 2-run homer to right center. That's it in this game for either team. And Bellinger takes low, ball 1. The left-hander's ready. Here it comes. A throw was bluffed towards second by Allard. Judge at first, Grisham at second. 2-0 New York, 2 down in the 7th. Pitch to Bellinger. Bullseye, 1-1. Cody Bellinger, former National League Rookie of the Year and former National League MVP, 2 years apart. He takes down low, 2-1. Well, his rookie year, he had 39 homers, 97 RBIs as a rookie. The 2-1 bullseye, 2-2. He'll be a free agent. He's a good player. He's not a $30 million a year player, but he's a good player. And he'll be a free agent at 30. The pitch swung on, grounded in the hole. Base hit right field. Grisham coming home. And Noel's throw to third, not in time. Yanks up 3-0. Bellinger's driven in all 3. A 2-out RBI single to right to score. Grisham from third. Going first to third is Judge. Bellinger now 35 RBIs. 3-0 New York here in the 7th. And another left-on-left matchup. Jazz Chisholm to the plate. 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Well, this is not a normal role. Kobe Allard's really a long man, but Cleveland thin in that bullpen right now. Here's the pitch in there. Cade Smith with a stiff neck. You're not putting in Hunter Gaddis or Tim Herron into this game trailing. Now the 0-1. Fouled it back, and the count 0-2. Chisholm doesn't get cheated. Not very big, but boy, he swings like he's a 40-homer guy. 5'11", 180. Now the 0-2. Swung on, hit a ton to right, down the line, and foul deep into the second deck. He is wiry strong. Yanks at the corners. 3-0 New York. 2 down in the 7th. Here's the next delivery. Swung on, drilled to center, base hit. 4-0 New York. Allard's given up RBI hits to a pair of lefties. Judge scores. Bellinger stops at second. And the Yankees open it up on Chisholm's third hit. He now has 19 RBIs. Out of the third base dugout comes the pitching coach, Carl Willis. When you've got Rust to Bust, use PB Blaster. Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster. Always work it like a pro. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Cleveland can do between now and the trading deadline at the end of July. They're very much a playoff contender again, as they seemingly are every year under the direction of Chris Antonetti and Mike Chernoff. But this club needs some more bats. They get another couple of bats, and the way this pitching has come around, look out. Now, getting those bats, easier said than done, and could one of those bats be a guy like Chase DeLauder? Here's Anthony Volpe, 0 for 3. Lines one into right base hit. Coming around third, Bellinger. He'll stop there. Noel, a one-hop throw to the plate. Bellinger would have been out by a city block. So the bases are loaded on 3 straight hits off Kobe Allard. Jason Dominguez to the plate. Allard will stay in because Cleveland wants Dominguez to bat right-handed. He really struggles right-handed, batting 157 right-handed, 288 left-handed. So Allard stays in, bases loaded, 2 down the pitch, down and in, a ball. Chase DeLauder, of course, trying to get healthy and trying to get sharp with the Clippers. Not in the lineup tonight. The pitch lifted high in the air to fairly deep center. Martinez will make the catch. There is a guy of interest in Columbus. George Valera has moved up from Arizona to Columbus. He's playing tonight.
It's Bill Wills. Be listening tomorrow morning at 7:45 when tickets to see the Doobie Brothers at Blossom, WTAM 1100.
Will Wilson taps the first pitch foul. Strike one. The number 9 hitter and second baseman has struck out twice. 8th inning, Yankees up 4-0. Left-hander Tim Hill delivering. Wilson, a weak roller to short, charged by Volpe. Gloves, sets, throws, 1 down. Top of the order now, Stephen Kwan. He's 0 for 3. Left on left. When you've got a rust to bust, you've got to use PB Blaster. Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster, always work it like a pro. Jonathan Loizaga, the right-hander, up in the Yankee pen. And slinging one in there for a strike on a slider is Tim Hill. Paul Goldschmidt now is taking over at first base for Ben Rice. The pitch, Kwan pops it up right side of the infield. Peraza, the second baseman, makes the catch, 2 down. Angel Martinez will bat right-handed. The switch hitter 0 for 3. Red Sox come to town. They'll face New York tomorrow night. Those two arch rivals have not played against each other yet this season. Two down in the 8th. 4-0 Yankees. Backdoor breaking ball, a strike to Martinez. The next offering stays wide, evens the count. Well, Cleveland has thrown more shutouts, 8, than any team in the American League. As the pitch down and in, 2-1. They threw their 8th shutout last night. But tonight, Cleveland in danger of being shut out for the 4th time. Yankees trying to pitch their 6th. Now the 2-1 delivery. Swung on last foul, almost picked off Sandy Alomar at first. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on, 8th inning. Yankees on top, 4-0. Well, the Oakland A's won today. They pummeled Minnesota. Oakland has lost 20 out of their last 22. The pitch, Martinez with a lazy fly to left. There to make the catch, Dominguez. Yankees control it, 4-0. We go to the bottom of the 8th on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
Brian Montse tells us it is still raining in Pittsburgh. The Pirates and Houston are starting their game tonight at 10 o'clock, they hope. Houston will be in Cleveland tomorrow night. A little bit sleepy. Right-hander Nick Enright is on, and the first pitch waved at, strike 1. Austin Wells, the left-handed hitting catcher, 1 for 3. Enright, the right-hander, at times mid-90s fastball, curve, slider change. Fastball painted the outside corner at 94, 0-2. Enright, fourth appearance, ERA 6.75. Kobe Allard didn't give up a run, but he gave up 3 hits, and 2 of them drove in a pair of runs that were charged to Jacob Junis. 4-0 New York. Another good outing by a starter tonight, Slade Ciccone, when 5 gave up 2 runs. Pitch missing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Wells. 4-0 Yankees. Into the motion. Here it comes. Bounced it in there. Ball 2, 2-2. Final meeting of the regular season between these clubs. The kick and delivery. Got him swinging. Enright strikes out Wells. That's out number 1 here in the 8th. Here's Oswald Peraza. 2 for 3, couple of singles. Righty-righty encounter. Enright out of Virginia Tech University. Into the windup. Here it comes. Fastball hit in the air to right, not deep. Coming in and toward the line, angling to make the catch. Right fielder John Kenzie Noel, 2 down. That'll bring up Trent Grisham. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Two outs, nobody on. Yankees up 4-0. Enright's ready. Here it comes. Breaking ball strike. Now the windup and the pitch. Got him turned out of the way. It was inside. Grisham. Little audition for Broadway on that pitch, and they count 1-1. Not sure what Grisham's barking at, but he is walking away from the home plate area. Good Lord. Why don't these umpires, the hitter isn't supposed to get a half an hour to walk around home plate. Now he's finally back in. Here's the wind and the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. Grisham stepping away again. You're not supposed to constantly allow this. The clock is running. 6 on the pitch clock. The pitch downstairs, 3-1. Four 0 Yankees. We're in the 8th. 2 down, nobody on. Here's the kick and delivery. And it's lined to second. Jumping to grab it is Wilson. 9th inning next. Yankees 4, Guardians 0 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
WTAM 1100.
Well, here's Jonathan Loaizaga. He was out all season long after having elbow surgery during spring training. He didn't come back until mid-May. Healthy now, and a big addition to the Yankee bullpen. And he takes over in the 9th inning with the Yankees on top 4-0. This is a guy that has had a hard time staying healthy. He had Tommy John surgery and it cost him almost all of 2024. He missed 4.5 months with the elbow surgery in 2023. And then this year, more elbow surgery in spring training. And back in mid-May, Loaizaga, when healthy, upper 90s fastball sinker curve change, and they're having trouble with his communication piece. Loaizaga, in his 8th appearance with the Yankees since coming off the injured list, has only worked 6 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 7 hits. Now, when he is healthy, which is seldom, he's very, very good. This is a guy that also missed all of 2014 and 2015 with arm issues. Out of Nicaragua, the home country of former Cleveland Indian Dennis Martinez. The set, the right-hander's pitch. Jose Ramirez checked on a pitch down and in. He went around on the appeal at third. Ramirez 2 base hits tonight. Cleveland being shut out 4-0. They have 3 hits, 2 by Ramirez, both bloopers, 1 by Santana. The 0-1. And a miss down and away. 97 miles an hour with a sinker. He's got great stuff, but can't pitch from the trainer's room. Now the 1-1. Swung on, fouled back, came right at him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, he's a guy that changes the complexion of the Yankee bullpen if he can get healthy and stay healthy, and then get Luke Weaver back maybe in 6 weeks. The 1-2 offering. Swung on, banged foul first base side, still 1-2. Whether you're the Yankees, the Guardians, doesn't matter. You cannot have enough good arms in your bullpen, especially if you're looking to make a deep run come October. Now the 1-2. Swung on, fouled upstairs behind the plate. Will do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Man, oh man. How about the White Sox? They beat the Tigers again, 3-2 today in 10 innings. Twins got hammered by the A's, 14-3. But Cleveland losing as well, 4-0 in the 9th. The pitch got him swinging on a changeup. And Loaizaga strikes out Ramirez, 1 down in the 9th. Here's David Fry coming to the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk. Nope, Kyle Manzardo's going to bat for David Fry. Get the left-hander up there. So Manzardo takes a deep breath, climbs into the box, taps the barrel of the bat on the plate, lays it on the back shoulder, and the pitch to him. Swung on, hit in the air, medium deep left, toward left center. Dominguez, the left fielder, makes the catch. Cleveland now down to its last out. 2 down, 9th inning, 4-0 Yankees. As the 2 clubs exchanging shutouts back-to-back nights. Here's Carlos Santana, 1 for 3 with a single. The last hope for Cleveland. He'll swing it left-handed. 14-game hitting streak with a single his last time up. Here's the pitch to him. And he looks at a slider strike. So tomorrow night, Cleveland will send to the mound against Houston Logan Allen against fellow left-hander Colton Gordon. 7-10 first pitch. Pitch down and in. Did he go? Nope. 1-1. Saturday's a 4:10, Sunday's a 1:40. So your normal 3-game weekend series, 3 different start times. Now the 1-1 in there, or is it? Oh, he started to raise his right arm, and then Corey Blazer pulled it back down. 2 balls and a strike. Don't see that very often. Loaizaga's ready. Here it comes. A swing and a ground ball to first, backhanded by the first baseman Goldschmidt, flips to the pitcher covering. Cleveland gets shut out by the Yankees 4-0.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a walk-off grand slam or a base hit to center field. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Guardians. 21 plus only. Must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Bybee into the motion, and the right-hander with the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Back foot slider ate him up. What a job by Tanner Bybee.
This is Tanner Bybee. You're listening to the Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
If you dread buying a car, bet I know why. You don't like someone pushing a bunch of add-ons just to increase their sales commission.